ज़रूरत आउटलॉ फ्रेंडली के हाथों में, इसी के ऊपर भी टैग मार के वेंका वॉज टू चेज हिम आउट.
Hey gamers, welcome to OMEN Play by Play. In this episode, we will draw a close look at some of the top moments from our 8 teams playing Split 2 of OMEN Valorant Challengers South Asia. After the experimentations of Split 1, we arrive at the most important South Asian Valorant event, Split 2. With newly formed format, the teams have even less room for error and make it to playoffs to keep their dream of ascension alive. Day 1 was a test of alternate realities. A team which won against Carnival Gaming in promotion/relegation were supposed to face a team that began its season with lot of hopes but faced quite a few setbacks, Medal Esports. The best of 3 series was a banger to begin with the map 1 of Sunset going back and forth, but just when it seemed that AR would be able to close out map 1, Medal came alive and won map 1 with 13-10 and then continued to momentum into a much more dominating map to win. On day 2, we witnessed an amazing match between Velocity and Revenant, a team which got signed by a veteran org and a roster which has got power-packed explosive players. This clash is now an unforgettable memory for many. It all started on Split, which was VLT's map pick, and they showed the reason on their attack side with a fairly advantageous 7-5 finish. But Revenant are not to be underestimated. When they swapped sides, it seemed that their players came alive. With SK Rossi on Jet and DOS9 on Cypher, they needed just the explosiveness of Sultan to quickly steal away the lead and then go back and forth till we reached the first overtime. It did not take VLT a lot of effort in the OT though, and they closed out the map with 14-12 scoreline. This series was far from over. The series went on to map 2 of Breeze, where the half was even more competitive than the previous one. It was 6-6 on swap, and with the pistol going to Revenant, they started to show the glimmer of map 3. However, VLT had no intention for giving up on this map. They got the momentum in round 15 and were not letting it go. With a bit of back and forth, Revenant had to squeeze out everything they had in the arsenal to push another overtime. But this time they went forward to secure the 14-12 OT win over VLT. We move forward to Icebox, which is one of the strongest map of VLT, but Revenant had faced some struggles on that map in the past. But this time, as the barriers dropped, Revenant seemed like a different team and went toe-to-toe against VLT with every round back and forth. The half ended on 6-6. But since it is Icebox and Revenant was on attack, this seemed far from idle. Pistol went to Revenant, but VLT pulled a thrifty in round 14 and then went on to win 4 consecutive rounds. When all hope seemed lost, then started to shine the brightest star of Revenant. With the title of an emperor, Sultan stood up to his name and started to drop bodies all around the map. And as the rest of Revenant got confidence, they pulled together 3 rounds after 12-9 to push this series to another overtime. With both teams drained out playing continuously for 76 rounds, it turned into a game of endurance, and which better team than Revenant to come out on top in that. With momentum that they carried, it was a smooth run for them in OT, and they made a massive comeback with 14-12 on Icebox and won the series 2-1. That's all folks for this week. Week 2 games are still remaining, which you do not want to miss out. So stay tuned to OMEN Valorant Challengers South Asia Split 2 live on Valorant Esports South Asia and Nordwind Gaming YouTube channels.